Adelaide's morning news with Elspeth Hussey starts now.
Good morning. We begin with chaotic scenes at Adelaide Airport as the Easter exodus kicks off. Let's go straight to Mitchell Sariovsky with the details. Mitch, it's the busiest day there since the pandemic began.
It sure is, Elle. Things are running fairly smoothly now, but that was a very different story earlier this morning. These were the scenes at 6 a.m. queues stretching from one side of the domestic terminal to the other, as South Australians wasted no time getting away for Easter, jumping on the earliest available flights. 25,000 passengers are expected to pass through here today, with 220 flights scheduled. Another 25,000 passengers tomorrow. The airport warned of possible delays if COVID continues to take a toll on staffing levels. And already we've seen 2 flights out of Adelaide cancelled, including a Jetstar service to Brisbane, with passengers told the pilot was sick.
There are very few options left. I went onto the website and there was no flights available.
Yeah, look, it's frustrating, but everyone's in the same boat. COVID has its impacts.
A bit over half an hour, probably 40 minutes so far, but the line's moving pretty slow. Yeah, she's moving slow.
Yeah, we thought there were going to be less. We're a bit stressed that security's going to take really long.
Passengers are being urged to arrive early or risk missing their flight. For domestic passengers, their advice is to get here 2 hours before departure time. For international travellers, it's 3 hours. Airport authorities have also issued a reminder to travellers that while SA's mask mandate eases at midnight tonight, they are still required in the airport and on planes. Elle?
An important reminder there. Thank you, Mitch. But in most other settings, South Australia's mask mandate is coming off in a little over 12 hours. Kimberly Pratt joins me now in the studio. Kim, the government says wearing one is now a choice.
That's right, Elle. People who want that added protection can still mask up, but come midnight, they'll no longer be required in most settings. The mask mandate has been enforced for 10 months and authorities have decided now is a safe time to take them off. Masks will still be worn in hospitals, prisons and care facilities for the elderly and disabled, on public transport, including taxis and ride shares, and as we've just heard, also inside the airport, as well as while flying. But the jury is still out on schools for term 2. It comes as the state's daily COVID cases appear to be stabilising, with 5 days below 5,000 new infections. Yesterday's totalled 4,986, with 220 patients in hospital. There were also 2 more COVID-related deaths. One was a man in his 40s. SA Health modelling predicts removing masks will make little difference to daily infections and hospitalisation rates, though Professor Nicola Spurrier is encouraging people to make the most of the upcoming break by booking in for a booster and getting kids vaccinated. The children's jab rate will play a significant role in deciding whether or not teachers and students will be wearing masks in the classroom when school goes back. Elle?
OK, thank you, Kim. Police are hunting an arsonist who torched a Mazda at Semaphore Park overnight. Neighbours were woken at 2 a.m. by the sound of explosions.
It was scary. It was very scary. Flames going everywhere and explosions and all these lovely things that you don't need in the middle of the night.
Crime scene investigators were back at the scene this morning. A man is facing serious charges after allegedly pointing a laser at a police helicopter. Officers flying over the western suburbs say a laser light was aimed at their aircraft just after midnight. Patrol cars were directed to a Semaphore Park address where a 48-year-old man was taken into custody. A Golden Grove man has been charged over a crash that killed a 64-year-old pedestrian at Salisbury on Tuesday. Mick O'Brien was walking along Mawson Road when he was struck and became trapped under a car. The 31-year-old driver is charged with causing death by dangerous driving. He's been bailed to appear in court next month. 4 women have been killed in Queensland after their car collided with a truck on a major highway. All were aged in their 20s in a crash police have described as a tragedy. Alex Lewis reports.
We're learning more about the victims of the crash this morning. They were 4 Korean nationals who'd only arrived in Australia 10 days ago. They were working on an apple orchard near Stanthorpe and they were on their way home when they came to an intersection, the intersection of Granite Belt Drive and the New England Highway around 5:45 last night. The vehicle was turning onto the highway when it collided with a truck travelling north All 4 of the young women in the car died at the scene. The truck driver wasn't injured in the crash, but he was treated for shock in hospital. Police say that it was raining heavily at the time of the crash, and they believe the conditions may have been a factor.
It's really, really important that you drive through the conditions. If you feel tired, pull over, stop.
Police are appealing for witnesses and any dashcam footage that could assist them in their investigation. There have now been 85 deaths on Queensland roads since the start of the year.
Leaders of both major parties have come under scrutiny on the campaign trail this morning. Anthony Albanese says he'll turn back asylum seeker boats, while Scott Morrison has faced questions on a federal corruption body. Political reporter Rob Scott has these details.
Well, Anthony Albanese was up early this morning, flying out of Sydney to Labor heartland here in the New South Wales Hunter region, visiting marginal seats and campaigning on healthcare for the 4th day in a row. Meeting local nurses outside the Cessnock Hospital, selling his $135 million plan to build 50 urgent care clinics to ease pressure on hospital emergency departments. Announcing one of those 50 clinics will be set up in this town.
And one of them is clearly needed here in the Hunter, the growing population and the pressure that's on the health system.
The leader also calming nerves in this coal mining region, reassuring locals their jobs won't be lost under Labor's climate change policies.
Our policy indeed will see a creation of jobs.
Meanwhile, Scott Morrison's jobs tour continues. He's made his way to the battleground state of Tasmania, where he met the new Premier, Jeremy Rockliff, for the first time since being sworn in after Peter Gutman's resignation.
The Tasmanian economy has done so incredibly well.
Promising to protect the local forestry industry, announcing a $220 million package for new technologies to help grow the sector.
Under my government, under our government, we won't support any shutdowns of native forestry.
But it was the government's failure to introduce a federal anti-corruption commission, one which saw local member Bridget Archer cross the floor, that came in for the most scrutiny.
I need bipartisan support to put that in place. I'm not going to introduce a kangaroo court.
As for Anthony Albanese, he's come under fire for this comment.
We'll turn boats back. Turning boats back means that you don't need offshore detention.
I'm really stunned by that, I've got to say. The wheels are falling off, mate. I mean, that is a change of policy now. I don't know, maybe he's made a mistake in a press conference again.
The Labor leader will continue his sweep through the Hunter today, visiting a coal mine this afternoon, knowing that any losses in the Hunter region could prove fatal to Labor's chances at the election.
South Australia's jobless rate has improved slightly, but is still in the highest of the nation at 4.9%. Across the country, almost 18,000 people found full-time work in March, but it wasn't enough to shift the official rate below 4%. Treasury has forecast that jobs figures will fall further at some point this year. The foster mother of missing boy William Tyrrell has been charged with misleading the New South Wales Crime Commission. The 56-year-old will appear in court next month. Police have accused her of knowingly giving false or misleading evidence at a hearing. William was just 3 years old when he vanished from his foster grandmother's home at Kendall on the state's north coast. The United States has announced additional military assistance for Ukraine, including new weapons to combat Russia's expected assault in the east. While in the northeast, residents are picking up the pieces after putting up with daily bombings for a month. Jeff Parry reports.
I'm in Chernihiv. It's a Ukrainian city closest to the Russian border. And while there's destruction all around this city, this is something that most people would only ever see in a Hollywood movie. It's just like that. A plane has come down. It's taken the top of that house off and it's landed in between 5 other homes. This is part of it here. You can see by the markings, a Russian Su-24. Now over here, you can see just up here, there's some unexploded munitions in there. And come over this way, you can see the bombs that it was going to drop on one of the cities in Ukraine. And there they are, they're all burnt out. There's the tail fin there and a tail fin there. Fortunately, they weren't detonated. But come through here and have a look at this. This is where most of the plane has ended up. In amongst these houses, you can pick off, there's a part of an engine, there's another part of an engine. It was a 2-engine plane and it's just broken up. There's electrical components, bits of plane, bits of fuselage everywhere. There was a man living in that house. Unfortunately, he was killed. He was burnt to death, but he was the only fatality. The owner of the house itself, ironically, is a pilot, or was a pilot. He's a retired Ukrainian Air Force pilot who wasn't home at the time. Stroke of luck, because he probably would have died. And this is the destruction that's left after this plane hit these buildings, homes where people lived.
A mammoth manhunt has come to an end. Up next, the suspect of a horror subway shooting arrested in New York. Plus, Johnny Depp's sister takes the stand at his defamation trial. And Partygate continues for Boris Johnson, but the British PM refuses to resign.
When 50 years of entertainment is not enough, by popular demand...
Hey, it's 100 years. Mind you, we're a little bit early.
Get set for the big new television event. The biggest stars in the world, with all your favourites in one outrageous new show. Plus a tribute to Shane Warne.
7.
Hey, it's 100 years. Easter Sunday at 7 on 7.
Every year, we give our fine Lindt chocolate a very special shape. And when you ring the bell, something very special may happen. Something very special may happen.
Make Easter unforgettable with the Gold Bunny from Lindt.
Only the United Australia Party can repay the $1 trillion of Liberal Labor debts with an iron ore export licence of 15%. Get the $1 trillion of debt repaid. Vote 1 United Australia Party.
Authorised by Clive Palmer for the United Australia Party, Brisbane.
Do you know what's going to make you feel really comfortable?
We do. It's why South Australians rely on Complete Comfort for custom-made beds, chairs and mobility products.
Let us show you the latest in electric adjustable beds that can also include inbuilt massage functions for complete relaxation. Made in Australia, in a choice of sizes. Every night will be a good night.
For a complete range and complete satisfaction, it has to be Complete Comfort.
You'll be comfortable with the price, so visit our showroom.
The Allington's new season range is out now. For a limited time, enjoy 20% off new season styles from the best in country and western wear. Save on selected rugbies, jackets, shirts and vests, all 20% off. Shop in store and online, allingtons.com.au.
Save your home. Save your home. Maximum home loans below 3% for the next 5 years. Vote 1 United Australia Party.
Authorised by Clive Palmer for the United Australia Party, Brisbane.
5 Star Outdoors, we're committed to the best quality outdoor solutions.
So whether it's roll shutters, cafe blinds, solar or roof restorations, we offer a one-on-one service.
And we offer free, no obligation quotes and no deposit finance.
5 Star Outdoors, your outdoor solution experts.
With potential lifetime returns over $50,000 for Sunboost 6.6 kilowatt ultimate saver system is now heavily discounted to an unbeatable low $38.91 with 24 months interest-free finance. Ends April 30. Call 1300 Sunboost.
Save your home. Maximum home loans below 3% for the next 5 years. Vote 1 United Australia Party and secure your family's future.
Authorised by Clive Palmer for the United Australia Party, Brisbane.
You're watching 7's Morning News live from Adelaide. It's been a slightly grey start to the day in the city. Still a lovely morning for a paddle on the Torrens. It's currently 23 degrees there. A massive police manhunt in New York is over after the suspect of a terrifying subway shooting was arrested. The man is accused of detonating smoke bombs and shooting commuters in a peak-hour attack on a train carriage. US correspondent David Woywood reports from New York.
Good morning. Well, it took them more than 24 hours, but New York City police say that they have now tracked down the man they believe was responsible for yesterday's horrific subway shooting. Without incident, police swarm on 62-year-old Frank James, leading him away in handcuffs not far from the scene of yesterday's attack.
My fellow New Yorkers, we got him. We got him.
James, charged with a federal terrorism offence, is now staring down life behind bars for his alleged masterminding of this attack.
We were able to shrink his world quickly. There was nowhere left for him to run.
Prosecutors say after detonating smoke bombs, James fired 33 rounds from his Glock before fleeing across the platform and boarding another train to escape.
I wanted to kill people. I wanted to watch people die right in front of my face immediately.
Social media giants also quick to react, pulling down his online rants in which he's heard calling for violence. Today, New Yorkers who witnessed the chaos, still rattled by the experience, slowly returned to the subway.
Today, it took me a lot longer to get out of bed this morning because I was procrastinating. I did laundry. I was like, I don't want to do it because I was nervous. And you know what? The trains were a lot emptier today.
For the dozens injured, the recovery will be slow. 5 are still in a critical condition in a city today breathing a sigh of relief.
Johnny Depp's sister has taken the stand in his multi-million-dollar defamation lawsuit against ex-wife Amber Heard. Christy Dembrowski, who's also the actor's personal manager, refuted Heard's claims that her brother was a violent, unaccountable, childlike drug addict. She also testified her brother swore never to repeat domestic violence after he was abused by his mother. The trial is scheduled for 6 weeks. Police in Florida are searching for a brazen criminal. The man was caught on security video running up to a home and hurling a Molotov cocktail through the window. As he sprinted away, he threw another. 3 people were inside at the time. Thankfully, they weren't injured though. British Prime Minister Boris Johnson is standing firm, rejecting growing calls to resign despite being fined by police for breaking lockdown rules in 2020. Europe correspondent Sarah Greenock has more from London.
Well, as was expected, the British Prime Minister is facing plenty of pressure from several angles, with this scandal really just not passing the British pub test. 57% of voters believe that he should resign. 75% say that he did knowingly mislead Parliament. This, of course, comes after Boris Johnson received a £50 or about $90 fine for attending a birthday party in the Cabinet Room at Downing Street on the 19th of June 2020. It was his own 56th birthday party. His wife, Carrie, reportedly leading the chorus of Happy Birthday. She too has been fined, along with the UK's Chancellor Rishi Sunak. One Conservative MP has become the first to break ranks, joining the Labor Party in calling for Boris Johnson to quit. There has also been a resignation, the Justice Minister stepping down, saying that the scale, context and nature of the COVID breaches are inconsistent with the rule of law.
And these were serious laws designed to protect the public health, and then to be fined for breaching them. We've had a police investigation, they've been fined, they've accepted that, and they've paid the fine. I think just to try and stay in office is a mistake on their part, actually. They should just accept that that's not a tenable position.
Boris Johnson is standing firm, saying he won't be resigning, that he has a job to do and he will continue delivering for the people of this country. And while there is plenty of criticism, it should be said that there is also plenty of people who are willing to support him. Ministers lining up to defend Boris Johnson. One, his Transport Secretary, today saying that while his behaviour was, quote, stupid, and that he knows the PM is, quote, mortified, he has shown true leadership, particularly during the ongoing conflict in Ukraine. And for that, he says, he should keep his job.
Well, still to come on 7's Morning News, sport with Tom Wilson, and it's selection night in the AFL with both the Crows and Power facing some big calls ahead of round 5. And Owen has the right stuff at Bells Beach. He's through to the final 16.
An epic rivalry where every second counts. He's got it! Lions, Magpies, Thursday night footy on 7.
It's the final week of Amart's massive Easter sale. Shop 60 months interest-free with Latitude and you could receive a bonus gift card when you spend over $1,000. So, you'd better hurry in. Amart Furniture. Sale ends Tuesday.
$1 trillion of debt means 6% home loan rates, and you will lose your home. We'll freeze home loan rates below 3% for 5 years. Save your home. Vote United Australia Party.
Authorised by Clyde Palmer for the United Australia Party, Brisbane.
Rylock Windows and Doors combine quality, style and performance. Custom made for your project with an emphasis on energy efficiency. Whether you're building a new home or replacing existing windows, book an appointment to discuss a personalised solution. Designed and custom made in Adelaide, Rylock stands out for all the right reasons. Speak to your architect, designer or builder about the Rylock range of products. Your local Sprint Auto Parts is now an Auto Pro. Get this Valvoline engine armour 10W40 6-litre oil only $27.99 and save $25 on supercharged Gold Plus batteries from $144 each.
Auto Pro. We know these parts.
Plantation shutters, indoor blinds, outdoor blinds, curtains and so much more. No sales gimmicks, no overinflated prices, no unrealistic discounts. Call us today.
Feel like having lemon with a touch of sparkling water? Then get a soda stream. Yeah, make fresh sparkling water exactly how you like. With berries, lemon and, wait for it, more lemon.
We need new submarines now, not in 40 years. We need a new government. Save Australia. Vote 1, United Australia Party.
Authorised by Clive Palmer for the United Australia Party, Brisbane.
If you're a fan, you'll love the Fan Shop. They have fans for indoors, fans for outdoors. But wait, now the Fan Shop is so much more, with more lighting, bathroom 3-in-1 units, outdoor heaters, and more exclusive fans. During our sizzling hot summer sale, save up to 50% off everything. And we'll beat any competitor's price by 5%, even online. For range, advice, and the best prices, the Fan Shop, Hendon, Cumberland Park, or shop online.
Good morning. The Crows have some tough selection decisions to make ahead of Saturday's clash with Richmond at Adelaide Oval. Young midfielder Harry Schonberg could be an unlucky omission as coach Matthew Nix looks to rejig the midfield mix. Wayne Miller is pushing hard for selection as well after some great form in the Sandful. Mitch Hinge has a sore hip but did do some work in the main session yesterday. At Alberton, Sam Hayes could make his debut as Scott Lycett battles a shoulder injury. The Power are desperate for some reinforcements after a winless start to the season. Aaliyah and Robbie Gray are hoping to face the Blues at the G on Sunday. Brownlow medalist Ollie Wines returned to the track for the first time since his heart scare. We'll have all the round 5 teams news with Soda at 6 p.m. And Collingwood have called in for reinforcements for tonight's sold-out AFL clash with Brisbane at the Gabba. Star forward Jordan Ngoe returns from suspension, while Taylor Adams is back from COVID health and safety protocols. Lions ruckman Oscar McInerney is back for what will be South Aussie Brownlow medalist Lachie Neale's 200th game. You'll see all the action from the Gabba live on 7 tonight. Overseas now, and Manchester City and Atletico Madrid's spiteful Champions League quarter-final descended into an all-in melee in the dying minutes. It even continued into the tunnel after the final whistle. Staff and police forced to separate players. City won 1-0 on aggregate to set up a semi-final against Real Madrid. Liverpool won a thriller against Benfica.
Brilliant free kick. Super delivery for Mino. Liverpool 3, Benfica 1.
The Reds won the tie 6-4 on aggregate to book a semi-final date with Villarreal. And Aussie surfer Owen Wright has kept his hopes alive of avoiding the World Tour's new mid-season cut. Struggling at number 31 in the world rankings, the Olympic bronze medalist rediscovered his best to reach the round of 16 at Bells Beach with a win over Griffin Colapinto.
A bit emotional. Haven't passed that round for a while, so it was good.
Fellow Aussies Ethan Ewing and Connor O'Leary are also through. The top 22 men qualify for the second half of the season. Great to see the action back at Bells Beach on 7. Now, tonight with Soda, AFLW Best and Fairest Awards.
Of course.
Huge night. Anne Hatchard is the favourite. I know you know the girls very well, but it could be the last time we see some of them in their Crows official capacity.
I know. Who knows that next year is going to be a very different look, isn't it?
Yeah, certainly so. But what a franchise they've been with 3 premierships.
They have an incredible legacy now. 3 wins. It's incredible. 3 premierships. Thank you, Tom. Well, we're in for some sunshine and even a little bit of rain over the Easter long weekend. Stay with us. I'll be back with all those weather details after this short break.
With cinema audiences spellbound by the new Fantastic Beasts movie, Sevenmate brings you every Harry Potter movie.
I must be the one to kill Harry Potter.
Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows. Tonight, 7:30 on Sevenmate.
Recognised Australia-wide, Barossa Bowland's interactive dinosaur mini-golf course is amazing. Your family and friends will have a roaring time. 18-hole dinosaur mini-golf, 10-pin bowling, amusements and games, a licensed snack bar, and...
the best So don't forget to check us out online. Barossa Bowland, 89 Mengi Road, Tanunda.
Only the United Australia Party can repay the $1 trillion of Liberal Labor debts with an iron ore export licence of 15%. Get the $1 trillion of debt repaid. Vote 1 United Australia Party.
Authorised by Clive Palmer for the United Australia Party, Brisbane.
On now at Harvey Norman, get 60 months interest-free. No deposit, no interest with 60 approximately equal monthly payments from Latitude. Shop our huge range of lounge and dining furniture, mattresses and bedroom furniture, computers and technology, TVs and entertainment, the latest appliances for your home and so much more. Everything you need for your home and lifestyle at Harvey Norman. Take advantage of 60 months interest-free. No deposit, no interest with 60 approximately equal monthly payments from Latitude. Available now at Harvey Norman.
Go! The all-new bold and stylish Outlander is available now at Portside Mitsubishi. Live outlandish with its daring design and cutting-edge features. So book today and come in for your test drive. Don't go anywhere, don't buy anything, don't sign anything until you've checked out the deals at Portside Mitsubishi.
Bring back from overseas $1 trillion of Australian super to Australia. Inject it into the Australian economy. Save Australia, save your family's future. Vote 1 United Australia Party.
Authorised by Clive Palmer for the United Australia Party, Brisbane.
Get yourself a custom patio, shed, roof or fence during the Stratco Big 4 sale. Shop now and get up to $1,000 cash back with HSBC and get 72 months interest free with nothing to pay for 12 months. T's and C's apply. So get into Stratco now.
This home by the bay, sold by McGain. Here in the city, sold by McGain. Down in the south, that's right, sold by McGain again. Everywhere you look, there's a sign popping up saying sold by McGain again.
In World War II, Australia brought back the troops to save Australia. Australia must bring back $1 trillion of Australian super from North America and Europe. Vote 1 United Australia Party.
Authorised by Clive Palmer for the United Australia Party, Brisbane.
This weather report brought to you by Bridgestone Select for tyres and car servicing.
Every day, we all need to know what's going on around us.
Maintains he hadn't seen a text from SA Health.
We're first for breaking news.
One of 2 hotels raided as part of the operation.
Don't be left in the dark.
The Brownlow medalist ran laps.
7 News is Adelaide's news.
A Turkish chef has sent a kebab into the stratosphere. The savoury treat was placed in a special box mounted to a helium balloon with cameras and a tracking device. After reaching a height of 35 kilometres, it came back to Earth 3 hours later with the help of a parachute. What a journey for that kebab. Well, time for a look at our weather now. We're expecting a partly cloudy top of 28 in the city today. Elsewhere, showers are a chance about the far west and central districts. Looking dry over the remainder of the state though. 30 in Port Augusta, 27 in Clare and Kadina and 25 down south in Victor Harbour. Interstate, a shower or 2 over in Sydney and in Brisbane, mostly sunny, and 25 in Melbourne and 26 in Perth. Well, looking ahead to the all-important Easter long weekend forecast now, 28 on Good Friday, sunny and 30 on Saturday. Then a warm start Easter Sunday. It should stay dry for the egg hunt in the morning, but a shower is possible later in the day. Then we're dropping down to just 23 on Easter Monday. Well, that's all the news for now. Thanks for your company. I'll be back with our next bulletin at 4 and we'll have all the day's top stories for you at 6 o'clock. Bye for now.